My next guest is the founder of the first national doula agency in Ireland. And I'm not going out on a limb here by saying I have no idea what a doula is or what they do or why indeed there's a business involved. So who better to talk me through the process than Mary Tighe of Doula Care. Mary, how are you? Welcome to Red Business.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be on.
Tell me, what is a doula?
So a doula is a non-medical support person for families, and there are two types of doulas. You can have a birth doula that offers support during your pregnancy and will go to the birth with you, whether you be at home or at hospital, and then provide support during the pregnancy, during the labour, and then postnatally drop out. But then there are also postpartum visits, doulas that will visit you in the house after baby is born and just help you adjust to life with a newborn baby. That whole, that feeling when you get sent home from the hospital with this baby and you're like, we're supposed to know what to do.
Yeah,
no, they can't be letting us leave here. So we come in and we offer informational support, emotional support and practical help around the house as well.
So are you therefore the emotional crutch for people during pregnancy,
yes.
During and after?
Yes, so during birth we are there for informational support. So sometimes a mum will be at the end of the phone ringing us going, oh, Mary, I've just been diagnosed with gestational diabetes. I wasn't expecting this. And they're a bit thrown, So emotionally we're supporting them, asking them how they're doing, reassuring them, and then offering information if needed. Now, we're non-medical. We wouldn't just pluck information out of the sky. It's all evidence-based. We'd be looking at the World Health Organization guidelines or the NICE guidelines in the UK and offering information on that. Their best practice. It's like, this is all the evidence we have. And then they collate them into a document and we can send that to the client. And then we're also offering so we do 2 visits. As a birth doula, we do 2 visits antenatally. They're 2 to 3 hours long, and we're looking at positions that can help during labour, being upright and mobile, for example, showing partners how to do some comfort measures for mum. And we're not there to exclude the partners. We're there to support them as well, to support the mum to the level they're comfortable. So some partners will want to be hands-on, others would be a little nervous. And
well, you see, and this comes to my point. Men are red useless. In the situation where a woman is giving birth. We know nothing. So therefore, is the doula as much for the man as it is the woman?
Absolutely. And there are some times that we've had mums hire us that are like, look, this is my second labour, my third labour.
So they saw what your man was like beforehand.
Yeah. And I know I need some extra support. But actually, I find, anyway, we find in doula care that often once the lads have a bit of, once we're told, like, if you do this and put this, your hands on her back like this, or if you offer her food and drink in labour, that can all help, or remind her to have a shower. Once they know these things, they love it. They're like, okay, I can be useful. Here's a checklist of things I can do. And then in the labour, we're there just to remind them, oh, do you remember we did this and that helped?
So are you there for the actual birth then? Is
yes.
that part of the doula's role?
Yes. So from 37 weeks on, then we go on call. And then when mum goes into labour, she gives us a ring. And
so
then
what happens if you're in Duns? And you get the phone call.
Oh, gee, yeah. It's like, I go running. I ring, the childcare that I need, and I get that sorted. And we say, look, give us about an hour or 2. Like, yourself, your partner's been in labour. It's not like on the telly where the water's breaking.
It's all over in an hour.
It's, it's usually a build up. And we'd say to the clients, look, when you think you're in labour, give us a shout so we can get our time organised.
So do you go then to the hospital? Obviously, some people have home births. So
but most of our work is hospital birth. We do the odd home birth. And we've a lovely relationship with the home birth midwives here in Cork. I had a home birth myself, so I know them really well, and they're a fantastic team. They really are. But most of our work is with hospital births, and so we would offer labour support at home if needed. For first-time mums, the evidence shows if you're comfortable staying at home, if you can stay at home as long as possible, you're less, you reduce the amount of interventions that might happen in labour. So we give them confidence to stay at home.
That floor on the bottom of the CUMH that you can see from the outside, but you can't see in. That my wife is still traumatised by those windows every time she passes by, because it's a fairly stressful place. But the midwives don't mind you being in there. The doctors don't mind you being in there.
We try to build up relationships, obviously, with the staff in there, and they're really, really busy themselves. And so most of them are really supportive and are thrilled to see the doula come in, because they're like, okay, great. Here's that person that's going to emotionally support the mum. I've loads of paperwork to get done, so I can work on that, and then I can offer support. So it frees them up a bit. And when we work together, we make a great team. So as I said, and we've built up great relationships. I have a lot of lovely friends in there now that are midwives.
So there's a growing number of ye. And I suspect after an event that is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, there is going to be a huge demand for the service, because Harry and Meghan have got a doula for themselves. Now, there is a Royal Doula
Yes, that's as far as we know anyway. There seemingly is, yes, a Royal Doula. And there has been a lot of interest because the press have been talking about it. So we've had a lot of interest actually, in doula support.
And even though the royal baby is obviously going to be very important as a member of the royal family, it is still a baby that is going to come out of a woman in the presence of a man. So therefore, what you do with your clients is the same that Harry and Meghan are doing.
Exactly, yeah. And the midwife is there. Obviously, they're going to be in the hospital and the midwife is there. So we're an add-on. Like, we're an extra support. The thing, when you go into the hospital now, I don't think this will probably happen to Meghan, but in general, there's shift changes, you know. So you have your 12 hours and then shift changes. So we're there through all of that. We stay by the mum's side and we don't leave, and so we're there through all those shift changes. We're that familiar face. If you're going in through the hospital system and you're public, you're seeing maybe 20, 30 different staff throughout your pregnancy. So we're that constant that is there, that we can, you know, the mum can ring us after an appointment if she's gotten a bit of a shock or she just wants to chat and say it went really well. So we're there, and then during the labour we're there through all the shift changes. That's really, I think most families really like that.
What's the problem or the challenge posed by others in the room? So in other words, the husband or the partner is going to be there. What about me mum, who sometimes wants to be in the room? So if there's a mum, there's a husband, there's a doula, there's a midwife, there's a doctor, all of a sudden you have a full menagerie, don't you?
CMH actually have a one person only policy. So normally it is just the partner, but they do, like, you can write in and request an extra person. But I don't think now they'd be into the mother and the doula. And, you know, now maybe they would, I don't know, but that would be
common sense
a lot of
kicks in.
people.
There's
That would
too
be a
many
lot of
people in the
people.
room.
Yeah.
Look, I'm guessing, Mary, it's very rewarding work, is it?
Oh, it's absolutely, yes, I love it. I've been a doula now since 2006, and I don't do as much hands-on anymore because obviously I'm running the agency now, so a lot more admin involved in that. But I'm still there touching base with clients and seeing how they're doing, and at the end of the phone to support and mentor the doulas that are in the team with us.
Okay, look, it's a mad world that I didn't realise existed. The company is called Doula Care Ireland. How can people find out more about what you do and whether they can get access to a doula?
Yeah, so we are doulacare.ie, that's the website, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram as Doula Care and Twitter. And we also have a partnership with Irish Life Health actually, which helps. They provide some money off birth doula support, and then they also provide a couple of hours of postpartum support free of charge. So if you have insurance with Irish Life Health, you can get a couple of hours through us and you don't have to pay anything for it.
Okay, well, we wish you the very best of luck with the onslaught that's going to follow the birth of the royal baby and everybody having huge interest in doulas as a result. But for now, Mary Tighe of Doula Care Ireland, thank you so much for joining us on Red Business.
No problem. Thank you for having me.